Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're going to use the Everyday Details bundle. This has a lot of cute stamps and also a lot of cute circles, shapes like that. Let me show you the inside real quick. Whoops, they all fell out. There we go. You can see it has some that cut a piece that goes, that leaves a space rather than, let me show you what I'm talking about, like this. And some that just cut out things for you to stamp on. But like this, you could use in the middle of one of your 5 1/4 by 4 sheets and have it, you know, pop up. You could have a spinner inside. There's a lot of choices for this that may not necessarily make sense with this set. I mean, I don't think I would necessarily have a spinning teacup or a spinning bird's nest, but certainly with some other stamp set, like a cutesy kind of stamp set, it would look really cute. So something to think about there. And I'm also, surprisingly, I didn't mention it in my in my newsletter or anything, but I'm also going to be using the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. That is a celebration choice. This paper has a lot of light, springy colors that we all enjoy. It has birds in almost in every sheet in one way or another. You can see the different floral kind of prints that it puts with birds and different scenes that it puts the birds in. These would be great to cut out using a die or cut out by hand to make a really cute card. And this one has the little birds just kind of randomly in the leaves. It has different color schemes. So like this one on the back has pecan pie. Well, then the leaves in this one are more of the garden green, more of an intense true green. This one has more of the Lost Lagoon, kind of some lighter colors in this one. This particular one, the back side is Fresh Freesia, and it has a lot of pinkish and orangish pink florals. The back side of this one is Boho Blue, and it has more of the Freesia and the flamingo or the light pink. The back side of this one is a blue floral, and you can see these are kind of, I think these may be from another country. These aren't necessarily bluebirds. They have a kind of a yellow breast on them. And then this is a lot of different, kind of almost looks like a lorikeet, some of them. And the back side is a pink floral. So I've used these florals because I think that when you have a focal point, a lot of times it looks really nice to go ahead and have your prints behind it be a little more interesting sometimes. So the first thing that I did was use a sketch challenge. I just kind of wanted to play with it a little bit. So I use this back side. I don't know if you can see this. It actually has a little birds in branches on the back of this paper. This is the one with the back side where it's like this. This is perfect for putting with some of the sentiments in this set, like when you have little love birds, overjoyed for you on this new journey. That's super cute. And the other one that is in here is wishing you so much joy on this special day. So that would be an easy one to cut out with probably with our piece that is a rectangle, like maybe like that, about that size, and make your vignette in that way. But these sentiments would be perfect for that. But I'm going to use this side tonight, which I guess is a little strange, just because it's maybe the back side, which you would consider the back side of the cardstock. I'm going to just put some small dimensionals, because that's the first thing I grabbed, on the back. There we go. And probably not a color scheme I would normally use, but it looks great together after seeing it on this paper. This is the Lost Lagoon on the Boho Blue. So that's kind of a fun one. So whether you are here now or whether you're here later, do leave me a comment and let me know that you have seen this live, either live or on replay. So I'm just layering these on the piece that I cut to be just a 1/2 inch bigger than the pattern paper. Super simple. So there, I got that the way I want it. And I'm just going to layer this on. I'm going to use my dimensionals again. Just kind of pop them on here and be done with it. The only thing about this set that could drive you a little crazy if you are inclined that direction, this cuts a ton of little tiny circles. Now, when you're finished, it makes a great look, but it can be frustrating when you are having to clean up the little dots. So that part could be kind of frustrating, but I think it's worth it because I think that it's really enjoyable what you end up with. Okay, so I'm gonna put this piece here, like that. And then anytime I layer them, like I'm going to be doing here, I don't put that's upside down. I've done funniness here because I'm trying to do it upside down. I should just go ahead and then turn it around when I'm finished. But anytime that I'm going to be layering, I try to make sure that on the side that layers on top here, I just go ahead and put adhesive and then put my dimensionals only on the other side. So then that way it makes it a little less bulky. Do that here. I'm going to go ahead and put one more on there. And then, oops, I took the whole thing off. There we are. Run some adhesive down this side. Like that. And there's that. The next thing I was going to do is I'm going to just use this floral here with the birds. Here we are. I'm going to pop this around so I can see what I'm doing a little better. Put it right there. Now, this nest set doesn't exactly, I mean, it's a really big circle. You'll notice when I put this on here, it takes up most of the card. I'm imagining that I might enjoy cutting that completely out, like cutting it by hand. It's very possible. But I'm going to try and stamp it and see if I care if the things that are going off the edges, and maybe I don't even care that it's going to look that way. I've kind of thought about it, and I think that it could be one of those situations where it's just going to look fine that it goes off. So, we'll be hopeful and give it a try here. I'm going to use my pecan pie with this one because it's in the florals, basically, is the only reason. Probably a crumb cake would make it look a little bit less heavy, so that might be something to consider for the next time. Okay, I'm just gonna dot out of there. Okay, so we'll see if we care that it's gone off of the side of this. But down far enough. I hope I didn't bump it as I was putting that on. Let's see here. Okay, so there you can see what I've done is just go ahead and allow it to be off the edges and act like I did that on purpose, basically. And then I'm just going to take my lightest blue and I'm going to just color a little bit on the edges of my, now I'm not saying this is robin's egg because these aren't robins, these are bluebirds. And theirs are really just spotted, just white with spotted brown. But I'm just kind of trying to, in this case, call your attention to the little eggs. Another thing you can do is use your water painters or something like that to just add a little bit of color. And really, I kind of think on this one, the blender pen might be the way to go, because with the blender pen, you use a little bit less water. So I'm just going to grab my boho blue if I can find it. It's being stealthy. Maybe I'll use the ink pad, which I have here. There we are. Now, I'm gonna have to give it a little squeeze there. And here, I'm just gonna kind of get it on my marker there and just add, just kind of scribble it there up onto the rest of the egg just a little bit, places that I didn't quite, so it won't be as intense. I'm just going to take it and kind of trace along the edge there. And this really, like I said, isn't about me thinking this is in any way accurate. It's just kind of making it make sense with the paper that I've used. So I'll do another couple of these where it's not, where I'm not using the paper, where I'm using just basically browns, pinks, something like that. But for this one, that's what I wanted to show. Then just kind of, some of these have a little bit of green on them. So I thought it would be nice to, you could, certainly, there's no reason, I'm just randomly having chosen to use the blends. You certainly wouldn't need to do that. It would look really pretty if you just outline like I'm doing with this, using your Stampin' Write markers, be just as fine. I just kind of like the intensity of the blends. So I'm just kind of going down in these. Just, and what I'm doing is just tracing what's already here and already stamped, just to give it a little more lightness, as if the, you know, as we're finishing off the bird nest, you know, weaving the birds, it's just adding a little bit more to it there. Okay, then I think it could stand a little bit of lemon lolly just to kind of brighten up. There's not very much lemon lolly or daffodils light, but there is a little bit in some of these florals. So I'm just kind of doing just a little bit. And the reason I'm using this is because I'm not doing a good job. I'm just kind of going over a couple spots. I'm not trying to color it completely. Just kind of, there we go. And that was super simple. And now I'm ready to imagine putting it here. So if I have my little birds here, and then I just pop this here, I think it makes it completes this as a sketch challenge, like I did for this particular group that I'm in. And then you could add any one of these little sentiments. Now, to me, this is probably the cutest sentiment. It says, "You make every day a little brighter," and that's just a perfect thing to say to a friend or a coworker. So, to me, I think that would be, either you could put it on the inside, or you could just pop it right down there or under here, something like that. And that would complete your little card. And see, it's a very long sentiment. You could go ahead, I think I will actually, just go ahead and make it as small as I possibly can on the width of the whole thing. And let's see here. I don't think I can make that any smaller, but I could make it narrower. I might try that when I'm finished. And then you've got this cute little design. Now, of course, we have beautiful boho blue ribbon, and it would be perfect to add a little bow or a little tie of this. It's kind of gets thick, so I probably will just go with a tie. Let me see, I'm getting it in. I'm not even getting it on the screen. Sorry about that. So just a little tie to put on with a glue dot. Just gonna do both ends here, make them neater. There we are. So you could put this right under here and have your sentiment there. Just kind of makes a cute little design. And that was a pretty quick card considering, I think. So just kind of fun to put together. All right, so then my next one, I wanted to show you this particular lattice look that it has with this die. And I think that makes a nice base for your card. And then you can add like a piece of paper here. Of course, you'd cut this down a little bit, but that just kind of makes it kind of grounded more than it would normally be. And this is the, maybe I should have not chosen the, maybe I should have chosen Petal Pink, but I kind of think it's an in-between the Petal Pink and the Bubble Bath, so either one looks good. Then maybe in this, I would maybe use our little cutout here, and then possibly put my teacup on the inside. So this is something else maybe that Stampin' Up! Hasn't done, but putting a different color back inside this circle could also be kind of a cute thing to do. So let's go ahead and do just a little bit of coloring on this. Got my light Bubble Bath. Just going to color the petals on this. This is the light Flirty Flamingo, which isn't light, by the way. It's kind of a medium pink. And just kind of put those centers in the floral like that. And then this one to me looks like a Lost Lagoon, so I'm going to use it for my leaves. And I'm not doing a great job coloring this because I kind of like how it looks just kind of a little bit light on there. Now, you certainly could choose instead to use marker to stamp technique with this. That would be gorgeous. But for this one, I'm just using the regular, color over the marker. Then I'm imagining what colors I would like in this teacup, and I kind of think that I will want the bottom of my teacup. And maybe the handle. And maybe this little ring around here. You could certainly do something like make it gold or something like that as well. But just kind of, then the rest of the cup is then white. Then pink would be gorgeous too, or light yellow. I'm just going to use the light pumpkin pie to color my tea inside the teacup here. And it's sketched, so you wouldn't necessarily have to color the inside, but I think it could be pretty. Oops. And when you get a little tiny bit outside the line, getting my color lifter, and get that right off my little teacup lid right there. The lip, I mean. So there's that. And then in this case, I think I would use my Bubble Bath. I'm gonna have to cut this off of I got a brand new one. I've already gone through a couple of these Bubble Bath ribbons. They're so pretty. They have kind of a shiny shimmer to them, and then they have a little bit of gold along each edge, and that just really adds to your card or any project. It doesn't have to be a card, of course. I'm just gonna trim my ends. Super simple. Pop that right on there. And then maybe use Wishing You So Much Joy on This Special Day. And in this case, I would put my Happy Birthday then on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and complete this card, I think. I think it'll be easier to not have it just be sticking up in a mess. And then I'm going to pop this kind of right in the middle there. I'll cover up a little bit of my little lattice action over here, but not all of it. And then I'm going to put this down on the inside. So just there and there and there. And try to get it even on the inside. Like that. I've got these guys popped up around it neatly. And then I can put this at the top corner or the bottom corner down here, just whichever, or I can put this on the inside. The inside pieces, both this one and the circle, have very tiny stitched like borders instead of the big circle borders. So that is kind of a cute difference. Just for some variety in your... Okay, and then I'm going to stamp my happy birthday here. Just got it there, and I'm stamping down. This birthday is from the Circle Sayings stamp set. It's hard for spring. I'm finding the birthdays to be kind of elusive for me. I may have to buy another set, darn it, to get more birthdays. So I'm thinking I could put my happy birthday right there, add my little bow to it, maybe up here, and then put my wishing you on the inside to make that super cute. So, oops, and I stuck my hand in the blue and stamped it. Well, anyway, you saw how easy it was for me to stamp that. I'll just stamp that again in a minute. And then finally, I just wanted to show a green here. Now, I do think that any one of these that you put under here, if you enjoy this particular paper, that any one that you put under here is going to tie it together. Now, I did use on this particular one the Mellow Moss instead because I wanted the green to be a little more intense than my old olive was stamping. But the whole thing is green. Then I would just go in with my pink again, even on the pieces that are green inside, and just go ahead and color those. Now this is my light flirty flamingo, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this other flower in the center with it. And I'll make my blue forget-me-nots, the light boho blue. Might try the balmy blue if this is too dark for you. Or, again, you could use, if it's too dark, you could use the ink and then use the blender pens. Now I'm going to use the light bubble bath. Finish this off. And that's what I love about the blender pens. You can just kind of trace around, and there's absolutely no problems with any streaking or, you know, as long as they're new. I do notice that when the blends start to get old, they will streak just a little bit, and it is much nicer to have nice new ones that are good and juicy. So it's kind of like they just ask someone for something to fill this rectangle, and this was their first thought, was a potted plant with flowers in it. So that does kind of make sense with the shape. I think that must be supposed to be the back side of the leaf there. You can maybe color in there where the stems come into the pot. And then you could add your, oh, there's my happy birthday that I had found earlier. Add your overjoyed for you in this new journey. So that's like, you know, a new work opportunity, something like that. I feel like this is probably, in all honesty, my least favorite of the things that are in this. And you could certainly only use this part, cut out the pieces and use them to embellish around like the teapot you know, to add more, cover up a mistake. Perfect. Cut out around these, just the floral bits, and tuck them either in or around, because they do match nicely with the floral that's on here. So just something else you can do if you're like me and you're not into the potted plant look that's so popular right now. I mean, it really is so popular. Then that's something else that you can do with these pretty florals that are in here. So we made this one. We are excited to cut out some of these gorgeous little guys and make them into a cute little card as well. And because we have so many choices of sizes of these circles here, well, we also made our T card, which I just need to stick down to my card here. We'll get rid of, we'll burn that. And we'll just go ahead and put on our happy birthday there. You can see how easy that is. And then this one, which was following a sketch challenge, and it just, all these pretty patterns really lend themselves to the nice sketch challenge that this was. And then I was saying I would put this wishing you so much joy on this special day, perhaps inside any one of these cards. I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.